This episode of the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report is brought to you by Draeger Rental and Safety Services, your trusted source for industrial safety services and technology. We'll share more about Draeger later in the episode. Welcome to the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report, your go-to source for the latest updates in the energy sector. I'm Samantha, your AI podcast host, and today is September 20th, 2024. In today's episode, BP's plan to sell U.S. onshore wind business, Woodland Biofuels' planned $1.35 billion investment, and other top news from the energy sector this week. But before we get started, we ask that if you enjoy our podcast, please like, comment, and share it with your colleagues. Your support helps us grow and allows us to bring you even more exciting updates from the energy sector in the future. BP announced plans to sell its U.S. onshore wind energy business, which includes interests in 10 wind assets across 7 states. The company aims to integrate future onshore renewable developments into Lightsource BP, Europe's largest solar developer, which BP plans to fully acquire. This move follows industry challenges, as offshore wind companies like Ørsted have faced delays and financial setbacks due to rising material costs and supply chain disruptions. BP will soon begin the sale process for its wind assets. Up next, Woodland Biofuels announced a planned $1.35 billion investment at the Port of South Louisiana to build one of the world's largest renewable biofuels facilities. Using waste biomass, the plant will produce sustainable biofuel for transportation, heating, and power generation. The project is expected to create 110 direct jobs with an average salary of over $90,000. Alongside 259 indirect jobs. The facility, which will also feature the world's largest carbon-negative RNG plant, is expected to begin operations in 2028, after finalizing designs by 2025. For our next story, EarthGrid, a Bay Area company specializing in plasma tunnel boring technology, has partnered with Enertech, a Kuwaiti investment firm, in an $18 billion joint venture to improve U.S. infrastructure. The first phases will focus on creating underground tunnels to modernize power grids and fiber networks, using EarthGrid's patented plasma technology to enhance efficiency and reduce costs. The project aims to support the U.S. goal of achieving net zero emissions by 2050, with plans to expand into Europe and the Middle East, accelerating the global clean energy transition. Before we move on to our next story, a quick word from our sponsor. This episode of the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report is brought to you by Draeger Rental and Safety Services. From daily operations to large turnaround and shutdown projects, partner with Draeger for smart technical solutions that protects, supports, and saves lives. To learn more, visit www.draeger.com. We'll move on to our next story, where Holland Industrial Group has successfully completed the acquisition and renovation of a former rubber factory in Lake City, South Carolina, as part of its mission to revitalize underutilized properties. The revamped facility has secured a major tenant, a packaging company, which is set to create numerous jobs and spur economic growth in the area. Operations are expected to begin by late 2024, bringing renewed opportunities to the community and helping to revitalize the local economy. We'll close out today's episode with a local story. Texas LNG Brownsville LLC, a subsidiary of Glenfarne Energy Transition, has announced the signing of another heads of agreement for a long-term LNG sale and purchase. With this new agreement, Texas LNG has secured enough customer offtake commitments to reach its final investment decision for the 4 million tons per annum LNG export terminal at the Port of Brownsville, Texas. The agreement adds to existing commitments with EQT Corporation, Gunvor Group, and Macquarie Group, bolstering Texas LNG's role in the global energy transition. And with that, we come to a close on this week's episode of the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report. You can head over to bicmagazine.com to read the full stories discussed today, and make sure to follow us on all of our social media channels so that you never miss out on the latest developments, updates, and announcements from the energy sector. Have a great day, and remember, it's what we do together that counts. Thank you again to Draeger Rental and Safety Services for sponsoring today's episode. Make sure to visit www.draeger.com to learn more about Draeger's smart safety solutions for your facility. When safety matters, rely on Draeger, technology for life.